Don't beg anyone to even stay in your life. There is literally no point of comparing yourself because it's not measurable. Don't ever take things personal, ever. Hi, my angels. Welcome back to a brand new video. Now, this is a very different one, and a lot of you guys actually were the ones who told me to do this type of video. So here I am. I saw your beautiful questions. It's Sunday today, and I thought, why not sit outside? The weather is beautiful. Do you see these beautiful flowers? The birds are chirping. This is just gonna be a beautiful, relaxing video for you to enjoy, and I hope you can hear the birds because it's so relaxing. I'm excited. I'm so happy you're here. If you're new here, my name is Sayna. Welcome back to my channel. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe. So I never actually ever film outdoors unless I'm vlogging, but I'm sitting on a really comfortable chair so we can get started with all your questions that you'd like advice on. I think it started off with a few people DMing me, and then I asked what kind of content you guys want to see on YouTube, and so many of you guys said you'd like to see big sister advice. I'm gonna start making it a series where I will try to do more videos where I give you big sister advice. I myself don't have any sisters. I have brothers, but I feel like as someone who doesn't have sisters, you kind of had to learn how to be your own big sister. So I feel like I'm really good at giving advice and just being strong and being there for people. So I'm gonna be your big sister. Also on TikTok, I give you guys a lot of tips on how you can be your most beautiful best self. So if you want me to be your glow up guide bestie, and if you want me to be your big sister, make sure you follow me, subscribe on all my social media channels. Now let's get started. So we have quite a few questions. I don't think I can touch on every single one of them, but I'll try to briefly talk about it. My first one says, how can I love myself? Now this is a big one because not everyone actually feels comfortable with themselves. Not everyone feels like they love themselves, feels happy with themselves. So this is something that you definitely have to develop, after a lot of practice. Now, then there's also some people that completely love themselves, that are super confident. They just think they're the best person ever. So it's just all about mindset. Some people are just a little more sensitive when it comes to, being emotionally and mentally aware, and then some others are just so careless that they're so confident. So every human is different, right? We're humans after all. Every person is different. Now, with how you can start loving yourself is take the time to start spending time with yourself. Also, the way you would love someone else, give that same love and care to yourself, because you need to come first. Remember, you're spending your entire life with you inside your body. You are you, and you need to learn on how to go on more dates with yourself. Go do things that you enjoy. Listen to your body. If you're tired, don't force yourself to do something. If you have a day where you just mentally don't feel well, put your comfort show on and just listen to what your body wants, what your mind wants. Like, you need to be connecting with yourself physically and mentally and spiritually in all the ways. This is what makes us humans overall. So you need to learn how you can build that trust with yourself as well. And by building trust, I mean listening to yourself, like listen to what you want. If you're uncomfortable in a situation, tell yourself, like, do I need to be in this situation? No, let me remove myself. Like, you need to be so gentle with yourself, just like you would be gentle with your best friend or with your little sister. If you have a little sister, imagine you want to just protect her at all cost. Make sure you give that same treatment to yourself. You want to protect yourself. You want to make yourself happy. You want to feel the best. You want to, just be happier overall in your body because you're spending your whole life with yourself. Now, self-love doesn't happen right off the bat. It's something you have to build. It's something you have to be mindful of. But I swear, if you can just go outside, go on a walk, and then just be with you and yourself without electronics, and just think about how you react to certain things, how you are, the things you like, the things you dislike. Get to know yourself a little bit more. Now, some people just don't have that awareness of themselves, which is completely fine. You just kind of have to learn and build that awareness over time. It's something like with any habit, it's not going to come tomorrow, it's going to come over time. It's something you have to just be aware of and start practicing. And I promise you, the more you spend time with yourself, the more you get to know yourself, the more you can gain that confidence and gain that self-love. So I hope these tips will help you. If you guys have a few more questions, I'll be happy to go into more of that. But in general, you have to build that self-trust and that self-love by getting to know yourself, taking care of yourself. And that's all. Just remember, you only have one body. Like, you're in your body for the rest of your life. Do things that make you happy. Make yourself happy. We cannot depend on other people making us happy, on other people lifting us up. We have to be our number one supporter and lift ourselves up and make ourselves happy before anyone else, or before we can even do that for anyone else. You have to do that for yourself, and also don't depend on other people doing it. Like, don't depend your happiness based on other people. I hope this helped. It says, how do you deal with toxic people? Love your videos. Sayna, I love you. I'm so happy you love my videos. Okay, so the way you deal with toxic people, it depends how they are related to you in your life. Is it a toxic friend? Is it a toxic family member? Is it a toxic partner that you've been talking off and on, or someone you're dating? Is it your sibling? Like, it could be, and it depends on who it is. So there's different tiers, I would say. Clearly, when it comes to, let's talk about friendships first, because that's the easiest. When you have a friend that you feel like is toxic to you, as in, like, maybe they always try to fight with you, or maybe they put you down, or maybe they're just so negative, maybe you're just involved in their drama too much and you feel like it's affecting you, it is time to let go of that friend. There's only so much you can do to try to be there for someone and help them lift, them higher. But if you're gonna keep doing that and end up burning yourself out, it's not worth the friendship. It's really not, because you want someone that's also gonna do the same for you. It needs to be a two-way street. Like, you can't always be there for someone and then they're just giving you that toxic energy. It's gonna affect you. So make sure, if it's a friend, 100% if they're toxic, you do not need that in your life. You do not need that stress in your life. If you already deal with your own things, you don't need that added stress. And maybe slowly and slowly try to, like, respond to them slower. Maybe, even take a couple days and then drift away very slowly and try to remove that toxic person in your life. Now, if it's your partner, again, remember, there's a million people out there that could treat you way better and not give you that stress and not be toxic, and just, you don't want that toxic cycle to continue. You have to learn how to be without this person, because it's gonna do you worse in the long term, I promise you. If you have a partner that's you feel like you have a toxic relationship with, it's not worth it. It's really not worth your beautiful energy, your beautiful mind, your it's not worth it at all. I promise you, there's a million other fish in the sea. I promise you. I know it's going to be very hard, but do not have toxic people in your life. It's so bad for you. It's going to make you so unhappy. It's going to bring you all the way down, and we don't want that. So make sure, get rid of that. If it's a toxic family member, setting boundaries or distancing yourself. Maybe have a conversation with them, because with family, it's like, it's going to be your family forever. It's going to be really hard to, cut ties. And even then, maybe it's someone you don't really see often. Let's say maybe you never had a close relationship growing up with your cousin. If you don't have a close relationship to begin with and you guys don't really see each other, it's easier to cut off a toxic family member. But if it's someone you care about, definitely have a conversation with them. So the way you deal with toxic people, for me, either you have a conversation with them and you address these things and you try to solve it and you be honest, or you have to cut them off. There's only two options. Either you make it work or you distance yourself. That's all. Now let's go on to the next one. How do you permanently get rid of body odor? Affordable edition. So unfortunately, I don't think you can permanently get rid of body odor. Like, do one thing and then never smell ever again. We're only human. But the hygiene tips I can give you, I can make a whole video dedicated on it, but a few hygiene tips I can give you on how you can smell better is number one is taking daily body showers. You don't need to wash your hair every single day. You can in fact wash your hair every couple days, every 3-4 days, whatever it may be, but you should be washing your body every day. Like I literally start my day, I wash my body, and then I go apply my deodorant, and that's it. If I'm going to the gym, then later on I'll come home, take a shower. You just want to feel fresh, so every day take a body shower. It's going to help you to smell less. Now also make sure you use a good deodorant. I love the one by I think it's the Secret Clinical Strength. That one I feel like works because honestly I've tried natural, I've tried regular. I was always sweating, and I feel like the Clinical Strength is really good. If you feel like you have a really bad sweating problem and body odor, you can go see a doctor and they can even prescribe you other things and take the measures to maybe solve what you're dealing with, because there's some people that really have hyper sweating issues. You can get Botox in your armpits, and there's so many different options out there, but then I would definitely talk to your doctor. But the basic things you can do is get a really good deodorant such as Clinical Strength and shower every single day. And don't just like be lazy and not shower and just put deodorant over your already smelling armpit. No, like you need to get a shower, you need to take a shower, take a loofah, scrub your underarms, and then apply your deodorant on a clean, beautiful underarm. Those tips help. Also, make sure you spray like some type of body spray. Again, don't like smell bad and put spray on top. You can still smell the body odor, like people have done that in high school and they're like, oh my gosh, like you didn't shower, you just put some spray on, which everyone to each their own, but make sure you take a shower. It just refreshes you, you're clean and good for the day. My bestie goes, who's your bestie? Shout out to my bestie Shada. I love her so much. You're so funny. If you could give one advice to your younger self, what would it be? That it will get better. That it will get better and that things work itself out. You guys, literally the best two advice I can give myself, I can give you. If I could just tell myself, like, it's gonna be okay, like, just go day by day and life will figure itself out for you. I'm telling you, it will literally, like the universe, God, everything will make things happen to work out for you the way it's meant to be. There is no point in stressing about what's going to happen in 10 years. The best thing you can do is be in the moment and see what you can do now to become a better version of yourself, to get to what you want to do, achieve your goals. It's not about looking at the whole staircase. It's about taking one step at a time. Now, let that sink in. I think that says a lot about what I would have said my younger self. Clearly, when you're young, you don't think this way. I'm older now, like I'm almost 30. I think this way through experience, through, connecting with myself. I've learned these things over the years, but when you're 12, when you're 13, when you're 15, when you're 16, you don't have that strong mental awareness yet, which is fine, but just know that it will get better and life will figure itself out. That's all I'm gonna give you. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be okay. Someone asked me, did you ever dance ballet? Funny enough, I actually did. Like, maybe not even, I don't know how long, maybe a couple of months or so I did ballet, but then I figured out it was not for me, so I didn't stick with that. I did a lot of things when I was young, but no. By the way, I'm gonna do a separate Q&A soon, like on just questions you wanna ask me. Advice on high school. Okay, so advice on high school. This is a very broad question. The best thing I can tell you is high school is temporary. High school is temporary. You're just gonna have to go through it. Make sure you do your best in school. What patterns you set up already in high school and how you treat school and studying is gonna set you up for success of how you're gonna perform in college. If not, maybe even better. Like some of us in high school didn't really care, like we don't want to be in high school. I don't care what grade I get. But you have to remember, it's really important for you to go to college and then get accepted into the school and to further advance your career. This is really important. So make sure you do take high school seriously. Have fun with your friends. Be on time. Like besides high school, it's setting you up for success of life. It's teaching you to be on time. It's teaching you to be responsible. It's teaching you how to be able to complete tasks that others ask of you. Not that it's like, not in that way, but in a way that it's like, it's good to be able to do these things because it's further gonna grow yourself. It's just the best you can do. Is it's literally going to build you into the person that you are, and it's going to make you successful. Teaching you the fundamentals. In general, high school is temporary. It's literally 4 years long, but in general, do not let other people like try to bring you down if you feel like you're dealing with like cliques or like bossy girls. Like literally try to tune them out. And I know it's going to be hard, but try to build a friendship with others that you know are kind and are good and have like that solid group that is with you. And if even if you don't, remember, it's okay if you're alone. It's okay if you're alone. I swear, I know it's gonna be really hard in the beginning. You feel like you're, you know, by yourself. You feel like it's just, you know, no one likes to be by themselves, but it's temporary. Like when you're 18 years old and you're going to college, you're on your own. There's no more cliques. Everyone went their separate ways. Everyone went away doing their own thing. It's not that cliquey, gossipy behavior in college. It's just a high school thing, and it's something we just have to deal with. And you know what? If anything, it makes us stronger. It makes us stronger. I've dealt with it, and it made me who I am today. I'm glad it happened. That's how you have to think about it. And if you want a little bit more advice on that, you can ask me specific things, and I can try to answer in my next video. Now, reducing inflammation. Quickly, I'll touch on that. The way you reduce inflammation is by healing your body. So the number one cause of inflammation, I would say, is having high cortisol levels, which is caused by stress. And it's also caused by your lifestyle. So if you're not making changes, I have a dedicated video on TikTok on how you can reduce your, you know, stress levels, how you reduce your cortisol levels, but you have to be less stressed. The way you reduce inflammation in your body is by being less stressed. Do more things that make you happy, you know, have a beautiful morning routine. Don't have coffee in an empty stomach. It's gonna spike your cortisol levels. Move your body, go on walks, do things that make you happier, and with that, automatically you'll be happier, less stressed, reduce your inflammation, and reduce your cortisol levels. So that's definitely a big lifestyle change. I have a lot of tips as well on TikTok about that. So how do you become confident, and was that ever a struggle for you? I feel like I'm always comparing. Okay, that is a beautiful topic I want to touch on. I would say no. I don't think it's very common for someone to naturally be confident. It depends. I feel like it goes back to how you were raised. It feels like how you were treated as a child. Did your parents allow you to have freedom, allow you to choose, allow you to have your own mind? These are the things that build confidence. The way you treat a child growing up, you know, can make them, there's certain things that you can make them to feel confident. Like if you do everything for your child, they don't have that self-confidence, but if they start doing things themselves, they can build a little bit more self-confidence, right? So it stems on how like you were raised. Not everyone's born with it. I myself, I wasn't always, it's not that I was insecure, but I just always was. I did used to compare myself when I was in high school. I was really young. I remember I was like maybe 12 or something like that. It's normal. It's normal to compare yourself to someone. But even then, I feel like now it's getting harder because social media, everyone looks so beautiful and polished and their life looks perfect and they look perfect. You know, that's what social media is like. For your own mental health, if you feel like, you know, you're constantly comparing yourself and it's definitely affecting you, try to do less of that. Maybe unfollow the accounts that you feel like are too picture perfect and they're not, like, you know, like depends on like what it is. Like try to consume less of that. But the way you also build confidence is, again, like going back to my first point, is you need to spend time with yourself and build that self-love. When you build that self-love and you appreciate yourself, you love yourself, you're happy, you're spending time with yourself, you're in your body, with that comes confidence. And with that, you need to get to know yourself, you know? Again, this took me years. When I was younger, even like 5-6 years ago, I didn't always have that. Now, almost being 30, I've built that. And that just happens with time and with the older you get. Honestly, I feel like the older you get, the more mature you are, the more you're aware, the more you learn. So I don't know how old you are, you know, it could just be age. I started like learning how to get to know myself, learning who I am. And when you know who you are, no one can take that away from you. When you learn who you are, like talk to yourself. And another thing is, you guys, the way you talk to yourself is so important. You have to be kind to yourself. Do not talk badly to yourself, because the more bad thoughts and the more bad things you talk about yourself, the more you're going to believe it. The more you talk good about yourself to yourself, the more you will believe it. Like, wake up and be like, wow, I look beautiful today. Wow, like things are working out for me. I'm so happy today. Like, talk about yourself to yourself. And the more you do that, the more you will believe it, the more you will gain that self-love and self-confidence. If you're young, it's completely normal to not have that self-confidence yet. It's something that you acquire over the years, and being mindful and talking to yourself kind and spending time with yourself. I hope this helps you. Also, please try to not compare yourself to anyone. There is literally no point of comparing yourself, because it's not measurable. It's not measurable. Every human is so different and unique. You don't know what it is. You could be the most beautiful model, top model in the United States. Do we know if they're really happy? Maybe she's struggling with her own insecurities. Kim Kardashian has psoriasis. I'm sure she's struggling with that. There's a lot of things. No one is ever 100% confident, but the best thing you can do is not compare yourself, because I promise you, everyone has their own struggles. Everyone fights their own battles. It's not measurable for you to compare yourself to anyone. Everyone has their own blessings. Everyone's beautiful in their own ways. Everyone has their own life. The best thing you can do is focus on yourself, shift that energy and focus on yourself, and do yourself better. That's it. I hope that helps. How to move forward when your boyfriend ghosts you out of nowhere. Oh, that one is an interesting one, because number one, it depends how long you guys have been together for. If it's been very recent and you guys were like dating and he just ghosts you, you just have to accept it. Like, you just have to tell yourself, yeah, it's weird. Some people are weird. Some people have weird behaviors, and some people, like, I mean, he could have talked to you, right? And like discussed that maybe he wants to go his own way. But if he just ghosts you, everyone's different, you know? You just have to think about the fact that maybe he's not mature enough to have a conversation with you, and it shows if he's just ghosting you. I don't think you should take it personal. It might just be a him problem. Don't take it personally, like, why is he ghosting me? Like, did I do something wrong? Don't ever take things personal, ever. Especially when you can't control other people's actions. You can't control any of their actions. You don't know why they do the things they do. You don't know what goes on in their brain. But the best thing you can do is, you know what? Maybe this is for a good reason. Maybe everything for a reason. Trust in God and trust in yourself, trust in life, and believe that everything happens for a reason. I promise you, once you start thinking that way, you're like, you know what? Maybe I'm not supposed to be with this person. Maybe he ghosted me for a good reason. And when later on you find your husband that you get married to and you're deeply in love with, you will realize why it didn't work out with the other person beforehand. Promise you. Just remember that. Mark my words. When you end up getting married and falling in love, you will know why it didn't work out with this person, and you're going to be glad, whether they ghosted you, broke your heart, whatever. You'll be glad that happened. So don't be sad. I know it's going to be really hard. You're going to be thinking about it. Try to do things to distract yourself. Again, be with friends, be with people who you love, be with your family, watch your comfort show. Go to the gym, like let off the steam, run on the treadmill, like do things you love, keep busy. Try not to like talk to him like too much. If he ghosted you, there's no point of messaging paragraphs. Don't do that. You don't ever want to beg someone to come back into your life. Don't beg anyone to even stay in your life. They want to go, the door is open. That's all. Hope that helps. What's one lesson that you had to learn the hard way financially? That is a very interesting topic. You need to realize that when you become an adult, you are responsible for yourself. Now, I know we have parents who love us deeply, who will always be there for you, who will always have your back, who will support you financially, who will always be there for you. Maybe some people, maybe they won't be there for you. Like every family is different. Maybe you don't have anyone. If you don't have anyone, whether you do or you don't, you need to know that you need to be stable as an individual. You need to be able to provide yourself without asking from anyone. I went to school, I got my degree. Is it something I enjoy doing? No. But you know what? Is it something that you should have? Yes. You should go get a degree, at least a bachelor's degree, and that is going to give you a little bit more freedom and getting a job that's going to be paying you well and better than if you were to not have your degree. For example, if I don't decide to go to college and I just apply at Chipotle, you're gonna be getting paid minimum wage. Depends on where you are. In California, I think it's like $18 now. $18 an hour. It's not even enough to survive in LA. That doesn't make sense to me. So just know, would you rather work right away and get minimum wage for the rest of your life? No. You're gonna want to go to college to be able to hold a degree depending on what field you want to do, what makes you the happiest. Then when you go into applying for jobs, your bar is higher. You're gonna be getting paid more for starting off. Think about it this way, you're doing the same amount of hours as someone else, but you're gonna be getting paid more. That's worth it. That's worth it. Remember, you have to be financially independent as well. Have some type of degree, have a backup, and just work. Honestly, like no one in this world is meant to not work. Like no one is meant to just sit around. Like you're gonna lose your brain. Everyone has to be working. Try to do what makes you happy, and remember to try to be independent. And just when you have your own money, like it's the best feeling. I'm telling you, it's the best feeling. So it's not that I had to learn the hard way. It's that, I mean, it doesn't come easy. No one gave me a silver beautiful spoon and gave me $100,000. No, like no, it doesn't work like that. For me, the hard part was like having to go to college and also try to like see how I can get money simultaneously. I started a business when I was like, I forgot. I started a business when I was like 26 because I wanted to have passive income while I was going to college. And the hardest part was like making money and going to college. I did it. And then after a while, it became too much. COVID hit and I shut my business down. That definitely was a hard part. But after a while, when COVID hit, I was like, you know what, this is my sign. I don't think I can be doing this anymore. So it all depends. That was my hard lesson. But then when you have a degree, it makes it easier. So definitely make sure you have a solid foundation, solid education. So it says my ex is dating his best friend and I don't know what to do. I can't get over him. Oh my God. I know right now it's gonna be hard because it's very fresh, like it just happened. But if he chooses someone else, you have to tell yourself it's his loss. If you're choosing someone else, it's not meant to be. You can't force anyone to be with you. You cannot force a guy to love you. It has to come naturally. I promise you, I know you probably like him and you really want to be with him. I understand that, but you cannot make it work. A relationship is a two-way street. Two people have to be in love. And I can tell you that it's going to get easier with time. It's going to get easier with time. It goes back to my other advice that I was giving is try to do things to distract you. Watch your comfort show. Do things you love. Be with family and friends you love. Maybe even date around to get your mind off this person. But remember, if he chooses to be with someone else, he's not meant for you. He's simply meant for anyone else but you. And the person that's meant for you is gonna find you sooner or later. I promise you. Again, if you, in the future, when you get married, you will realize why it didn't work out and you're gonna be so happy it didn't work out. Trust in God, trust in life, trust in yourself that everything is gonna work out the way it's meant to be and you do not need this person. The one thing you can also do is out of sight, out of mind. Block him, block her, remove, maybe spend less time on social media. The less you see and hear and talk about it, the more you will forget about him and eventually get over him. Out of sight, out of mind. My last question, how do you tap in and embrace your femininity? It depends on your passion. I've always been obsessed with makeup and doing my hair and wearing cute dresses and fashion and having my nails done. I think the way you tap into femininity and like embrace your femininity is because it's just taking care of yourself, being well polished, the way you carry yourself, the way you speak, you know, very kindly. Being feminine is about being like very soft spoken, but also firm when you need to be. So it's just about how you carry yourself. Make sure you know, you have that self love, that self confidence. Um, have your nails done, have your hair done, do your makeup. But I feel like when I have my nails done and I have my makeup on and my hair styled, I feel more like girly and feminine automatically, you know? But the way you can tap into that is just doing more girly things, you know, shopping, go get your nails done with your best friend, you know, pampering yourself, self-care. But I feel like we are, you know, you are feminine as a woman, but maybe you have other interests. Maybe you love basketball, which is okay. Maybe you love, I don't know, bikes or cars. Like, it's different, you know? Like, we all have different interests, but it doesn't make you less feminine just because you like those things. You're just feminine in general. So some people are just more girlier than others, you know? There can be like the most girliest girl, and someone can be more of a girly girl or less of a girly girl. So it just depends, but definitely some of those things I would say. How do you know you can trust a man that he actually likes you for you and not your exterior? I think it comes down to the way he treats you. If he connects with you on a mental level, if you guys connect like literally mentally, like when you guys are talking, do you feel like you guys are connected? Does he care about you getting to know you? Does he care about your thoughts? Does he care about you as an individual? Is he intrigued by you? Like, does he want to get to know you? I'm telling you, I think if he like has that desire of getting to know you and like really wanting to like tap in and knowing you, that's how you know he loves you, or he likes you and he's like connected with you rather than just your exterior. If he obviously doesn't do any of that and he just like does other things, that speaks for itself, and that's not someone you want to be with. You want to be with someone you're connected with in all the ways. Also really important is like your emotional connection and how you guys connect and how you get to know each other, how you care for each other is very important. So if you feel like that's not there, maybe have a conversation with him. But if you feel like it's just not getting to that point, it's just there's no point. I don't think there's a point. Maybe just have fun with this person, but it's not someone you eventually want to be in a relationship with and build a life with. That's all I can give you. All right, my angels. I think this video is literally 40 minutes long. I found it actually very therapeutic to talk to you guys about these things and giving you advice, and I'm so happy that you guys wanted to see this video and that I actually filmed it. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you have a new mindset after the things I touched on. I hope you can take away a few helpful tips. I love you angels so much. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you like, and come say hi in the comments. If you want me to do more videos like this, let me know in the comments. But let me know if you guys love my vlogs and if you also love just sit down videos where I just like chat with you all. It's kind of like a podcast, but it's just myself and I don't have the whole fancy setup. But for now, I think this is like a cute way of doing a podcast. Maybe in the future I'll do like an actual one. I think that'd be fun. It'd be so fun to like have people on my podcast and like, you know, bounce back on ideas and opinions and have beautiful, insightful conversations. So let me know if you want to see that as well. Maybe I can do that, something like that in the future. Again, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you follow me on Instagram as well as TikTok. I give you guys a lot of big sister advice. I give you guys a lot of glow up tips and just uplifting you. So also I'm doing a new thing on Instagram stories where I'm going to be giving you guys daily tips. Make sure you follow me. I have a group chat as well on Instagram called My Angels. If you didn't know, I call my supporters my angels. So I have a little group chat where I give you guys like glow up tips and things I love, beauty things, and just behind the scenes. You will always get notified of what videos I post and everything. So make sure you join my broadcast channel. The link will be below. And I love you angels so much. I'll see you in my next video.